Hey, welcome back everyone, Toys here, and back yet again with yet another Ninja Turtle video, and today we're going to be checking out the brand new NECA Toys straight from their Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. This is the Clone Shredders, or Shredder Clone, 2-pack, featuring the little shrimpy tiny shredder and the multi-armed shredder, and they both look very cool. Packaging is great, of course. Beautiful illustrations by Kevin Eastman on the back. Nice photos of said figure, although one of the photos shows the wrong arm being chopped off. To be continued. And yeah, just as a heads up, my shredder from Walmart was also canceled as well. What a bummer. Hopefully we'll get him soon. Here's everyone involved with the creation of these figures, so thank you very much for that. And these come straight from Target. If you are looking, they are starting to hit Target store shelves now. Not to say that these are exclusive, but it's kind of like a first to market, first offering kind of deal, and then they should go elsewhere. If you are not familiar with these clone shredders, they come from the Return to New York storyline. They are botched mutant clone shredders when some of the foot mystics and foot scientists and whatever else tried to bring the shredder back to life using alien space worms, right? In an interview, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird revealed that they kind of got that idea from scientists in real life feeding ground up tapeworms that were trained to other tapeworms, and those tapeworms kind of retained all the memories and knowledge that the ground up ones had. Does that make any sense? It doesn't have to. It's comic books. So yeah, these were the botched experiments, and then they brought Shredder back somehow, and then they also did like a shark one. I mean, Ninja Turtle stuff gets a little weird, but that's why we love it, right? So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee. This is a look at the brand new NECA Toys straight from Mirage Comics, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Clone Shredder 2-pack. And while I got all you colony worms here, I just want to say thanks so much for always checking out my YouTube videos. Now, if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Old toys, new toys, daily news updates. Guarantee you'll find something here that you like. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Here's everything taken out of the packaging. Now keep in mind, as things have kind of gone up in price, so have NECA Toys' figures. So just keep that in mind when you're going through the checkout aisle. However, this set features a pair of open hands. This will be for the multi-armed shredder. I like all the little black line work accents. That really works, and the paint is done nice, as are these open hands. Again, little elements that add to the illustrative properties for these figures really make them pop. And then, of course, the best accessory, right, is you can chop off the multi-armed shredder's arm and replace it with all these little space colony worms things that in the comic, it's basically you feed remains to these worms. The worms take on the identity and the likeness of whatever it ate. Again, comics doesn't have to make any sense. They're purple. Cool, right? Now, the first little mini shredder right here, he looks pretty good. Overall, nice paint, nicely done. One thing I think he's lacking is he's a little bit of a, as you could say, slug of a figure, and he's kind of pre-posed. If he would have had some articulation more in the knees, I think it would have been like, yes, cool, all right. But other than that, I mean, for what I'm going to display him as, it's totally fun. But I will tell you, be very careful right here with the head. You do get some movement out of the head, which is nice, but these blades that are part of the helmet go very easy. I kind of made that mistake. Nothing happened, but I want to give you guys the early heads up so you don't do the same thing. See the blades right here on his shoulders? They will knock into that helmet. And when I twisted the helmet, it went around those blades, and yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Thank God, right? So just keep that in mind. Now, the arms on mine, either I have to heat them up, or they just really don't move all too much, which mine definitely don't. They kind of sort of move, but every time you move them, it doesn't make a good sound, right? The legs are on a ball, so these will rotate and move around, and then you got little tiny little feet articulation there. So again, like I said, he's very pre-posed. I do wish the knees you were able to kind of straighten out to get him a little bit taller, and just to kind of pose him out more, attacking the Ninja Turtles, maybe on your shelf, something like that. Because otherwise, he's kind of just haunched over, right? That kind of thing. Battle posed, of course, but you get what I'm saying. And then you have the multi-arm Shredder, and he's really the star of the show, of course. You could say the smaller Shredder is a little accessory, as are the hands and the worms and everything else. But he's got some nice articulation overall. The legs are solid, peg holes on the bottom of his feet. Nice paint. The wrappings are great. Again, very much emulating the art style, and I love that. I love that little attention to detail every which way. All the lines count. They're there for a reason, and I totally dig that. All the blades, everything that you see that's sharp and pointy on the Shredder is sharp and pointy, and also means they can be a little brittle. So be very careful. You don't want this guy falling in the wrong direction, so keep him aloft or keep him on a stand, something like that. Nice mobility in the head for a helmeted figure, right? Up, down, left, right. The shoulders will go out. They do only go up so much because of the big giant spiked shoulder pads. He's got bicep. Now, he does have double joints right there at the elbow, but because of the Shredder gauntlets right there, they only go to a certain range, which for me is totally cool, but it does get hindered, right? He'll spin at the wrists. So it's the same thing on every single arm. And one thing I can clearly tell you is that nothing had to be heated up, at least on the arms, right? We'll get to the lower half in just a second. But again, everything looks good. Always just keep in mind with NECA and the Ninja Turtles, go easy with them. Don't want to force anything right off the bat. He has waist swivel. He's got legs that go out. They're very much sturdy legs. That's good to see. But the knees are where you kind of run into the problem of maybe you should heat them up. Like right here, this part of the knee works on this leg, and then you can kind of get it going. But as I always say, be on the safe side and heat these up. Nothing at the boots, quote unquote, where that will swivel. However, he will swivel at the feet, up, down, left, right. But they do look good. Everything matches, and I totally dig that. Again, everything with the paint, always spot on, pure NECA fashion. But just be careful. Now, with the forearms right here, you can pop this off, which is the arm that gets cut off in the comic book, and you reattach this little bit right here where it's starting to ooze out the purple space worms, right? So that's pretty cool. I totally dig that. That's a nice effect. And then, of course, with the actual severed gauntlet hand, you stick this end of the purple space worms in, get it all nice and snug, and then it looks like it fell on the ground and everything's just kind of liquefying and spilling out. So again, that's a nice effect. I would have preferred maybe a little bit of washing with the worms, right? Something like that, but they're fine for what they are. And then you can recreate that scene where Leonardo basically goes, what the heck are we fighting here? And yeah, he chops off one of the arms. And that's really cool. Return to New York. Great comic book storyline for the original run. And of course, as of right now, I only have this turtle, so you can see the scaling difference. My Mirage collection is definitely in need of Ninja Turtles and a Shredder, that's for sure. So hopefully we'll see more of those in the future, but it's when you have this particular claw Shredder with the multi-arm Shredder and then the little teeny tiny Shredder, and they look great. And as I've said, I would not mind if later down the road NECA re-released a box set and got everybody those Loot Crate turtles that want them, because I still need the Bunny, Bebop, and Rocksteady. So definitely do it. Would not mind whatsoever. And to see my collection of Mirage figures slowly taking shape, we've got all the different sci-fi, robot, mystic-looking awesomeness that the Mirage Ninja Turtle comic book had. So they're definitely on a roll. Very cool. I would like the more comic book accurate ones. Hopefully I'll grab those one of these days. But they're all looking oh so good. So that will wrap it up for my look at the brand new NECA Toys, straight from the Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, the multi-arm Shredder and the tiny Shredder, which go great with the Claw Shredder. And yes, they have appeared in other iterations of the Ninja Turtles. They've gone by different names over the years. You got Multi-Arm Shredder, Claw Shredder, Shiva Shredder, Manny Shredder, Mutant Crab Shredder, heck, even the Spiked Arm Shredder. So go with what you like, call them what you like. But as always, you've heard my thoughts, and now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything Shredder clones. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, when it comes to the Ninja Turtles, the wackier, the better. The more deep cut-ish, the better. It's a lot of fun. And here's to great action figures in the future. And when they do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.